Hi all, I promised Richard that I would make a film talking about the theory, how I teach knife throwing, and I just want to say from the beginning, if you do something and it works, do more of it, because knife throwing is just about finding your own strategy, how to throw and how to feel the blade when you throw. But when I teach beginners, I talk about these things. So first, distance. We talk about rotational throwing. I have my lemming knife. It's really nice. It works perfectly for me. But I'm going to talk about the knife. I'm going to talk about distance. I'm going to talk about grip, how you tilt it, how you can release it, and some of the speed, how you throw it. But to start with distance, you want to stand on the line. So if you're gonna throw from 3 meters, it's better to find a strategy on how to throw from 3 meters, not to throw from 3.5. You lose some precision from another half meter. So we say we start on the line. The first thing I teach is the grip. I usually show the hammer grip first. I call this the hammer grip. Some people might correct me on this, but I call that a hammer grip. I call this a handshake grip. I call this a pinch grip. But we start throwing with hammer grip. When you have the hammer grip, depending on how you hold it, I usually start with, if you see this blade, the pinky down on the metal. If this were to over-rotate, and I want them to keep throwing at that, if it's over-rotated, I'm tilting it a bit down towards the target. It's gonna rotate slower. If it's under-rotating, I'm gonna make sure they get contact with the hand here. If they have that contact here, it's gonna start rotating faster. So faster rotation with the contact, and slower and slower and slower. So depending on the tilt, you can control the rotation. You can also control, if this doesn't work, if you're still over rotating, you can change the grip. The higher up on the handle, if you hold it up here, it's going to rotate slower. Here, a bit faster and faster. So you can correct the rotation with both the tilt and high or low you hold the blade. I usually talk about a follow through. So you release the blade and the hand follows, just slide through. If they under rotate a lot, I usually change the blade. A shorter blade often rotates faster, a longer blade slower. But if they still want the same blade and they release like this, and they want the same blade, I can tell them not to follow through, but to stop the hand there when they release. And when you stop the hand there, you get kind of snappy motion, so the blade starts rotating faster. So the release is really important. The final thing you can think of is speed. Not how hard you throw or anything, but just the speed from where you stand to the target. If If you have a good throw and it sticks like that, perfect. If it's over rotated a bit, if you throw just a little harder, it's gonna stick like that. If you throw too hard, it's gonna stick like that. So the speed is really important. So if you have the right distance, 3 meters, I would hold this blade like this, handshake grip, and I have my release, and if I were to stick it like that, I would throw a bit harder, get like that. If I would stick it like that, I would throw just a bit looser or slower and stick it like that. So the speed is really important. When you find something that works for you, continue. If you can do the same motion every time, you're gonna be successful. It doesn't matter if I tell you, you must do like this, you must hold the knife like that. If you hold it like that or like that and it works for you, continue. But to get the same motion every time, same release, this works perfectly for me. And I have a kind of snappy motion. I've got some expert advice from several throwers when they've seen my videos. So throw, videotape yourself, put it on the net. Any big Facebook group works. You're gonna get positive and negative critics. So most people are really nice and tell you, oh, think of this or think of that. And I have many say, oh, you have learned everything by yourself. No, you all out there has taught me everything, because I look at all the videos out there, I throw, I try new things, and I always get comments from many people, and that makes me better. I have a long way to go still, but yeah. Tell me what you think about this video. I hope that will help some. If you want more advice, just talk to anybody on these sites. I haven't been throwing that long, and many other throwers are much better than me and better instructors, but I did this for you, Richard, just to give you a piece of my throwing mind. You talked about 3 meters. It's hard to have the blade rotate. In Europe, we don't have any specifics on how many rotation it needs to be, from 7 or 1 meter, or no, 7 or 3 meters. You can rotate it as you want, and you can throw different styles. But I actually throw like the International Knife Throwers Hall of Fame throw it. So 1 spin from 3 up to 3 spins from 7, and when I hold it by the blade, I hold the same grip. And it works. So try some of my advice out and tell me what you think about them. Take care all.